Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Maggie. Today we're going to do a little shop my stash and play with some things I have in my collection. This is new. It's from Creature Cosmetics and it's their Trick or Treat collection, and it's Carve Your Face palette, and it's the blush and contour palette. And I had to pick it up because it was Trick or Treat themed, but also that contour was so delicious. I needed it. And I didn't have any blushes that color, so I thought it would be a good addition. I also got Sam's Lollipop Mirror, which is adorable. We're first going in with Trick or Treat, which is that contour shade, and we're just going to throw that in the crease for a little definition. I really love the formula on this. It did take a hot second for this stuff to drop. I think I bought this like a few weeks for Halloween and it didn't come until after Halloween, but that's fine. It's a new startup business. It's very small, so I can understand. Now we're going to create a graphic eye with the City Color Duochrome and the pigment activator in the shade Terraform. It's a nice duochrome green. I thought it'd be fun for the holidays or whenever you want to like tie some green into your look, and I've had this since summer and I haven't used it yet, so I thought it was time to whip it out and try it. I'm using a little nail art brush. I found these are my favorite to use kind of like graphic eye stuff with because they're so skinny. But you could probably get some really skinny paint brushes from the art supply store and that would also do it. So you take the pigment and you take the pigment activator, and it's like very oil based. And you mix a little pigment and the oil stuff and it creates a liner, which I assume you could probably do that with water or setting spray or whatever, but City Color is very affordable, so the duo was very inexpensive. I will say it did keep transferring onto my lid, so you're gonna really want to let it set down before you open your eyes. And I also ended up, just after I would apply the liner, I would take some of the pigment on a little eyeshadow brush and I would top it over the wet liner just to set it down some more, just so I wouldn't have to wait as long. But the formula was super easy to use and it wasn't patchy, and for the affordable price that City Color is, it's definitely worth picking up, especially if you want to try out duochrome liners. And you could use this as a shadow too, but I wanted to use it as a graphic eyeliner. The shade is really beautiful. It has a lot of yellow green, emerald green, and maybe a little bit of teal in there. It reminds me of Minecraft. I don't know why, but it does. We're going to take that liner and just flick it out right at the tip of that cat eye to create that graphic eye. This was actually surprisingly easier than I thought it was going to be. I've always kind of struggled with this, and I'm not going to lie, these are not like twin sisters. They are like fraternal sisters. They're not completely even or accurate on both sides, but it's not enough to notice. It's just my OCD, but I think it turned out pretty good. And you could leave it there, but I'm taking the Rem Beauty Baby Doll palette and we're taking that cream kind of skin tone shade, at least my skin tone shade, and we're gonna put that over the eyelid, anywhere that is like void of color, and in between that little flick there with a little brush, just to open the eye a little bit more and clean it up. We're going to go ahead and take that same contour shade from the Trick or Treat palette and just throw it in the crease a little bit, just to add a little bit more dimension in the crease and create that kind of like almond eye shape for some more color. And if you feel like you went too far, just go ahead and throw that cream shade in again. We're going to curl our eyelashes with this Trestique mascara. It has like a little eyelash curler on it. It's very handy. And this mascara is actually quite good, I think so. Nice and light and fluffy, gets some nice volume, especially for my lashes. I felt like this was pretty impressive. I got this in a boxycharm, I think, I want to say like a year ago, so it's probably expired, but oh well. We're taking and putting on my favorite Kiss lash strip collection, the You Do You ones, and then doing a simple little fill-in brow with my typical e.l.f. Instant Brow Lift and the e.l.f. Brow Lift Gel. Start cutting out this part because I feel like it could get pretty boring. I don't really change it up. I use the same 2 products every single day, so I might start doing that. My favorite YouTuber, Julia Adams, MUA, I don't know if you guys follow her, but if you don't, you should. She doesn't show her brows anymore, and she does brow intermissions, and they're her cats, so maybe I'll start doing that. We're going to go in with our CeraVe tinted sunscreen and putting that all over our face. This is like one of those products you could put on and like powder your face and go out the door because it has a nice bit of tint, but also it's protecting your skin. And it's just as important in the summer as it is in the winter to put some sunscreen on. Then we're going to go in with the Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator. And it's kind of like a tinted moisturizer, but I'd say it has a little bit more coverage than your typical tinted moisturizer. And I'm going to use my little e.l.f. Duo like buffer brush. I really enjoy this, and I did see somewhere where if you like use a brush to put on your makeup like this, you try to go in an upward motion so your texture or your peach fuzz doesn't like start floofing around. And I think it worked, but I still always go over with a sponge just to get any of those brush strokes out. And I think this looks really nice. Nice and light and hydrating for the winter time, especially around this time. We're going in with the Dose of Colors Meet Your Hue Concealer, one of my favorite concealers that I got in my boxycharm, and we're just gonna be blocking out those under eye dark circles and brightening the little around my face a little bit. The breakouts I was experiencing has ceased, but I still have some scars here and there, and it always does help brighten my under eyes and make me look more awake. I love this e.l.f. brush because it has a little tiny buffer on the end that I use for my concealer, and it also helps sharpen up that graphic eyeliner a little bit if you need to clean it up a bit, and it's really good for going around my nose creases. It's a very good multi-use brush. And then we're going to go in with the e.l.f. Cosmetics Camo Powdered Foundation on like a flat kabuki brush, and we're just going to powder the face just to set down all that hydrating makeup. And I think this actually has some more SPF in it, which is nice. But it also adds a little bit more coverage since those makeup products I used were a little bit more light, but it's also going to keep everything set down and not look too cakey. Now we're going in with that Carve Your Face palette, and we're going to use that Trick or Treat contour shade again to contour and chisel our face. And I am obsessed with this product. It is the perfect tone for my skin tone, where I mean it's not too gray and it's not too pink. It's just like the perfect shadow color, which is what you want to carve your face out if you're doing contour. And it's really good for my nose to chisel out and make it look a little more buttony. But I go ahead and take that all around my face, on my jawline, on my nose, and then I do go ahead and if I want a little too overboard, I will just take my sponge and run it over. And I can even take that little brush and take that camo powder and put it on my nose if I want a little too ham, which I definitely did. If you want to bronze it up a little bit, we're taking this midi palette, Face It, in the shade Medium from Ofra Cosmetics. I got this in my boxycharm this month, and it's super cute. I use the more like kind of contoury shade, but it's definitely more bronzy, just to add some more warmth to my face and not look too dead, because winter can make you look really pale. Because I don't know about you, but I hate going outside in winter. I'm going to go in with this Natasha Nadona Cupid Duo palette. It's technically a cream and then a powder highlight, and I did accidentally powder first, so if you ever do that, just spray your face down with some setting spray and it'll rehydrate the skin and make it so that everything is nice and dewy again, so that when you apply the cream it doesn't get all patchy and weird. But I'm super obsessed with this cream blush. It's so glowy and natural and just so beautiful. It reminds me of like NARS Orgasm shade, but in a more cream formula. This was another BoxyCharm product I received, not this month, but I think it was last month, and it's super good deal. I'm sure you could buy it on Boxy add-on if they have it on there, and it's definitely worth the price. I wouldn't say it's worth the like full mega price, but BoxyCharm price it's worth. I am going in with that highlight. It's a little bit golden, but also has a little bit of a pink undertone in it, which I thought was interesting, probably to tie in with the blush. And I do put that on my inner corner and my eyelid a little bit and on my brow bone just to tie it in a little bit more. Here you can see the little bit of the pink reflect that it has in it a little bit more. I just thought it was an interesting tone, that it would be add some more fun color to the eye and some sparkle. Now we're going in with Pumpkin Guts, which is that kind of red-based orange, and I just wanted to do it. I wanted to play with it. I wanted to set my face down a little bit more and tie in some more warmth, and I just wanted to try that Pumpkin Guts shade because it's adorable. Now we're going in with a Makeup Forever Wherever Walnuts 606 dupe. I found one. It's from Sephora. It's one of their, this is the mini one, but you can get it in a big one, and it's in the shade light brown. And here's me going in with light brown. And then here is the Makeup Forever one, and they're identical. Like maybe this Sephora one looks a little darker, but I blended them out. Literally the same. Look, you can't even tell. So I'm going to save you a bunch of money, and you can just get the Sephora one. I got the mini one just because I was like, oh, this will be good in my purse. But now that I've found a dupe for the Makeup Forever one, whenever I run out of the Forever one or this one, I'm going to be able to pick up this and save me like $20 something. And I really like the formula on this. It's super buttery, and I feel like a little bit more of a softer formula than the Makeup Forever. But if you're wanting the Makeup Forever one but didn't want to spend $22, here you go. Because it truly is that like perfect nudie pink shade. And I was having a hard time like not wanting to spend $20, but now that I found the dupe, I'm so excited. We're going in with that Smashbox Masters of Horror lipstick in the CHUCKY shade. And it's just like a nice and nudie peachy, and we start with that, but I did want to taupe it out a little bit more, and we're going in with this e.l.f. lipstick in the shade Touch of Nude. And yeah, it's a nice taupe nude, just to beige it out just a little bit more, and then it was perfect. Because I didn't want anything too bright with the eye look, since it is green. I feel like if you pair a red lip with it, you could do that for Christmas, but I thought the nude was a little bit more everyday. I wanted to add some more sparkle, so we were with the Moria Cosmetics Diamond Days in the shade Eye Contact, one of my favorite glitters from them. And I just put it in the inner corner, just a little bit for some more sparkle. And there is the completed look. I was super impressed with this. I loved how it turned out. Went well with my little cropped blazer jacket that I have. And I felt adorable. I think this would be fun for the holidays, for just all year round, honestly. You can change it out with any color you want. You could do any duochrome, you could do a matte color. I have an idea for a red Christmas look, which will be on my channel here eventually once it gets closer to Christmas. But I hope you enjoyed my video, and don't forget to like and subscribe and comment below. It would really make my day. Bye!